Well, before the Indianapolis smoking ban went into place, a customer could sit right here and smoke. And then the state ordinance came, the state law came into effect, and it took smokers outside, but they had to be 8 feet from the main entrance. But now you can be on the same property. You can come out here and sit down. You can order the same drinks. You can get the same menu, but you can smoke. Well, anything you can buy in a gun store, you can buy online. The difference is when you go online, there isn't anybody on the other side of that asking any questions. Downtown Indianapolis. In the midst of the concrete sidewalks, the streets, and the buildings, there is little evidence of a drought until you ask. We put this erasable board on the corner of Washington and Illinois so people can get their concerns and opinions off their chest, a chance to vent, because ultimately none of us have any control over this drought.
I think the worst drought we've ever had in history.
William Payton has become a fixture in the downtown streets with his bike. He says the drought is more than not watering your yard.
Local sustainability, local food movement.
And before Payton could finish, a couple from northern Indiana chimed in.
How does this affect our crops, future?
And since we cannot control the weather, what are you guys doing to conserve water that you didn't do before the drought started?
Not washing our cars at home.
We limit the number of dishes we wash right now. So we're doing what we can.
Conserving water is probably not going to be a big subject of conversation for this group of women tonight. Think again. Without saying a word, she, like others we talked to, are limiting laundry to once a week. But we have one last question, and it's the hardest to answer. When do you think the drought's going to end?
Next spring, okay.
Next spring. And don't think for a minute that the drought is not taking an emotional toll. This guy's a farmer, and out on his bachelor party, the drought is making his life miserable.
I mean, if we don't get any rain, there ain't going to be for nobody.
Not being able to control the outcome makes the wait for rain even harder. In Indianapolis, Richard Essex, Channel 13. Eyewitness News. For a soon-to-be college graduate, there is not a lot of job opportunities in Frankfort.
How's it going, folks? You guys doing okay today?
A fact that is not lost on Chris McBarnes as he interviews for his first job.
Can I introduce myself? My name's Chris McBarnes.
Shaking one hand at a time.
Sir, how are you? I'd like to introduce myself, Chris.
Hi, Mr. Mayor.
Well, I hope so. I hope so.
It seems he knows everyone in town by their first name.
Beth, thank you for coming. You be safe traveling, okay?
Hoping to convince his neighbors, friends, anyone in Frankfort that will listen.
About 16,427 people, give or take 5 people.
That he should be their mayor. Coming into the closing minutes, he could hardly stand still.
It has drudged by. I have never had a longer day in my life.
But after 18 months of campaigning, he has shaken a lot of hands. And at 6 p.m., the interview of a lifetime is over.
That's it. I'm no longer a mayoral candidate, everybody. It's over with.
For some, it's a campaign, but for McBarnes, it has been the interview of a lifetime.
It was a good day. It was a long day out there, but the sun was shining.
And it's off to the community center to see if he got the job.
Well, thank you guys for coming down.
Now it's time to find out if the effort paid off.
Here we go.
The first reports have him way out front, and with his parents right in front of him.
It's just like you stand here and you can't believe it's happening.
The emotions come to the front.
This is final right here. We got it. 1900.
The job is his, and the interview is over, and now the hard part.
We're not going to accept anything less than excellence, and we're going to give Frankfort a fresh start.
Delivering what he promised. Like a sentinel, Helen Pettit has seen a few things in her 5 decades at Marysville.
I've lived here 52.
She knows the town that she raised her family in could be gone.
A lot of people are not coming back.
From the garden she has maintained on and off for 20 years.
Well, it is a lot of work, but sometimes it's a pleasure, too.
She can see nothing but change all around her.
We may be the only ones here.
When the tornado hit Marysville, it was said the town was blown right off the map. Now, 4 weeks later, that just might be the case. Helen's house is one of the few that is still standing, and it is coming down. And the reason many of the homes in town will not be rebuilt, they have septic systems, and the county is requiring new homes to connect to a sewer system.
That's what my other daughter says to Elizabeth, said, why do you want to get Bill back here, because there's nobody going to be here.
Helen and her oldest daughter are going to rebuild and stay in Marysville. Helen's garden may be the only item from her past she takes with her to the future.
Clears your mind. You don't think about the bad things, you think about something that's going to be beautiful afterwards. So, it helps.
This week, Helen's husband of 57 years went into hospice care. He never saw the damaged home, and Helen doesn't expect him to see the new one.
I think I will, because I'll know that he's safe in heaven.
The tornado took her town and her home. A terminal illness is taking her husband.
A lot of weeds to clean up.
And she is giving Marysville and anyone willing to stop and listen a lesson in living.
If you don't spend the life that you want and should have, then, you know, what kind of life are you going to have?
With or without a town, Helen and her garden will be right here for years to come. In Marysville, Richard Essex, Channel 13 Eyewitness News.